Hi, I'm Chuck Brooks, and it's my pleasure to be with you today at the World Business Angel Investors Week. Very excited to speak to you about building an entrepreneurial and cybersecure ecosystem for the emerging technological era. It's my pleasure to be here to address you on the paths of emerging technologies, the role of higher education in entrepreneurial systems, and requirements for better cybersecurity as we enter the fifth industrial era. I speak on this topic from my perspective as a professor at Georgetown University, where I teach a course in graduate cyber risk management program on disruptive technologies in organizational management. Also, from my experience from the executive roles I've had in industry with my work and in government, where I worked at the Department of Homeland Security, and also when I worked as a senior aide in the United States Congress. So let's begin by framing the issue. What is the promise of technology in our digital landscape? We're now entering an era of emerging connected technologies that blend engineering, computing algorithms, and culture. The journey is characterized by technological innovation. And it's no exaggeration to say we're in the cusp of scientific and technological advancements that will really change the human condition. The connected computing elements of the digital ecosystem will harbor many capabilities enabled by machine learning and artificial intelligence. And you're hearing a lot about that now with the introduction of ChatGPT, which a lot of us are experimenting with. The technology convergence will be immensely impactful. It will involve human-computer interface and will extend our human brain capacities, memories, and capabilities. The conference and how the world will look in 2045, Google futurist Ray Kurzweil has stated that humankind will expand the scope of our intelligence a billion-fold. And that's power computing because it really doubles on average every 2 years. From the entrepreneur's perspective, these connected technology tools can be stepping stones to a new world in diverse areas such as genetic engineering, augmented reality, robotics, renewable energies, big data, digital security, quantum computing, and artificial intelligence. But building a path requires public-private cooperation and facilitating a role, especially by higher education. The role of academia is really often overlooked when you speak about technology, but it's played a major role. Higher education has had the important role of training minds, especially through STEM and science and engineering coursework, build the next generation workforce. Numerous universities have invested in research and development and have successfully commercialized technologies. Many of the world's leading academic institutions, such as MIT, Caltech, University of Chicago, Harvard, Carnegie Mellon, Georgetown, where I teach, and others, have contributed significantly to the creation of breakthrough technologies through basic and applied research. They've created a pipeline of scientists, engineers, and cybersecurity practitioners. As the development of new technologies continues to grow exponentially and globally, technology foraging, which is really seeking out opportunities and capabilities for emerging technologies, will become more valuable as a resource for technology and really rapidly change the landscape. There are many new technologies and applications that have yet to be discovered or rediscovered. Government, industry, and academia need to continue investing and expanding cooperation in these evolving digital areas to meet the many challenges ahead and primarily also to keep us safe. And that brings me to the topic at hand, which is really defending the digital landscape through cybersecurity and the role of higher education. While the digital landscape will harvest innovation, it also brings risk. The cyber ecosystem is a precarious situation. Emerging technologies such as the Internet of Things, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and 5G are creating operational shifts that require much more robust cybersecurity strategies. Exacerbating the cybersecurity challenge is a global dearth of qualified cybersecurity workers and expertise available to help defend our data at risk. So in our exponential digital connectivity, any company's operations, brand, reputation, and revenue pipelines are at risk. Cybercrime is rampant and everyone is a target. Cybersecurity Ventures estimates that the global cybercrime costs will grow by 15% per year over the next 5 years, reaching $10.5 trillion annually in US dollars by 2025. So in the past few years also, the tense geopolitical environment combined with the evolving technology landscape, has rapidly increased the complexity of cybersecurity risks and their global implications. The digital attack surface has vastly expanded from the transitions of many countries and organizations to remote work and more interconnectivity of PCs and smart devices, and of course, the Internet of Things devices are coming along online throughout the globe. I think there's estimated now to be 50 billion Internet of Things devices. For many companies and institutions, the overall IT perimeter is now more complex and dispersed with online premises systems, cloud, and edge computing. That really necessitates more visibility and a need for better threat detection analysis, and of course, incident response if you do get hacked. For cybersecurity success in defending these networks, it's really dependent on information sharing and planning, investment in emerging technologies, and the allocation of resources or combined resources. A successful framework needs to be facilitated by industry, by government, and by the academic sectors, and fulfilled by special working partnerships that help mitigate these threats and create new security solutions. So collaboration is very essential. The cornerstone of collaboration is based on knowledge transfer, sharing of research tools, methodologies, and findings, and combining mutual funding resources to meet the shortfalls necessary to build prototypes and commercialize technologies. And you're seeing a whole windfall of new technologies coming online, particularly with the aid of artificial intelligence and some of the other technologies being pursued right now, including quantum, that are really impacting civilization. Academia has also worked closely with those sectors and is collaborating more with the private sector to develop intellectual property and especially innovative algorithms for cybersecurity. A growing trend for many of these, for many companies, is to include universities as partners in creating these technology-specific innovation centers, labs, or foundries, which really collaborate closely and accelerate invention. And you're seeing more and more of this at universities interacting with the government and in formal programs, and also in these large consortiums with industry. And that's a great sign. So that's a good sign for investors. But higher education's primary role, of course, is really training the future workforce, the future workers who understand these technology trends that are on us now, innovation, security risk, and the qualified worker shortage, unfortunately, continues to pose major challenges for both the public and private sectors. And both public and private sectors are facing challenges from this lack of talent. It's actually astounding in numbers. According to ICS Squared 22 workforce study, there was a need for more than 3.4 million security professionals in 22 that we didn't have before, an increase of about 26% from 2021. So the numbers keep going up and the requirements keep going up, but the training is really essential from universities to meet those goals. The critical importance of continuing to strengthen the cybersecurity workforce enabled by academia is spelled out by Cybersecurity Solarium Commissioner Co-Chair Senator Angus King and Congressman Mike Gallagher. And quote, without talented cyber professionals working the keyboard, all the cutting edge technology in the world cannot protect the United States in cyberspace. If we do not act now to ensure that our talented and experienced workforce continues to grow, we are leaving our country vulnerable to future cyber attacks, end quote. So this is not just for the United States. This is obviously a global concern. The shortage and dearth of workers is affecting everybody. And so the common cornerstones of the cybersecurity workforce enactments and missions are really the public-private partnering and collaboration, retooling and upskilling of employees, and the identification of future workplace needs. To build a cybersecurity workforce, more needs to be done to attract women to cybersecurity mission, really important, and more programs are also needed to reskill veterans to help gaps. It will also be prudent for a serious effort were made to industry and academia and governments to cultivate a next generation of cybersecurity technicians and data analysts from economically depressed areas, because they can operate remote, and including also I want to include in helping and training the Native American population in the United States and in Canada, who have a long tradition of serving in national security roles. In conclusion, I want to really stipulate that it is evident that the science and technology era that we're in will continue to pave our paths at an increasingly rapid rate, and the entrepreneurial system will certainly play an integral role in creating our future. For companies that want to excel in the new digital economy, the business objectives of innovation, reliability, quality, cost efficiency are really integral to success. How we harness technology for good and train workers in the coordination with higher education should also be a key focus. And specifically, the need for cybersecurity will need to be woven throughout that ecosystem to offset the growing digital threats so we can thrive as a civilization. Thank you for having me here and my short remarks, but it really is just a start. There's a lot of implications of this emerging technology, and particularly with the cybersecurity needs required to keep us all safe in a connected world. Thank you.